Peace, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of My Quality is For Real. I'm your lovely host here, Queen My Quality. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If not, welcome back. I have another great show lined up for you all today. I have a returning guest today, Miss Corinthian. She is the author of the Book of Corinthian, Chapter 1, Beauty in the Bayou. We're going to be talking about her book tour. The last time that she was here was the last time we had the opportunity to interview. The book had just recently came out, and so now it's actually out and able to purchase it. And I got an opportunity to get my copy, and so I'm very excited about having her on the show. And we're gonna get right into it. Peace.
I'm sorry.
Girl, thank you for even, for sticking it with me. This like our second time. We did it earlier and my fault. I didn't press record. I thought I pressed record, but I did not. And so it's the whole thing. And I wanted y'all to actually get the full experience and the full interview. And so thank you for your patience, your understanding. And I know, girl, you know, mommy, you never stop being mommy. So
Girl, never.
yeah, you never stop. So I definitely understand. But again, thank you for taking time out of your Sunday and for for interviewing with me again. Again, if this is your first time tuning in to My Quality is For Real, this is a show dedicated to entrepreneurs, to people with a purpose. I have real talks with quality people who have real purpose. And Miss Corinthian is definitely walking in her purpose with the book of Corinthian, chapter 1, Beauty in the Bayou. The last time that we had the opportunity to chop it up and to talk, the book had just came out, and now I got my copy and I have read it, and I have been just fed, and just full of, and it really resonated with me. And so I wanted to, just share it with y'all and, kind of talk about it. I know I kind of gave your introduction, but I'll let you, reintroduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Okay, my name is Corinthian. I am a mom of 3. I am a published author. Oh my goodness, girl.
Okay, you can go ahead and just come into the interview. It's all good. I'm telling you, it's all good.
I'm just gonna grab her.
Okay.
Grab her. Girl, are you able to edit? You able to edit this part out, right?
I'll definitely try.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, you good. You good. We have real conversations here, you know what I'm saying? And with the COVID, the best part, like I said, you always have to find the best part. The best part about, COVID and us having to transition and do this Zoom, is more, it's more authentic and more genuine. And so you do have an opportunity to, bring the babies and you at home, you're in the comfort of your home. So she don't understand, all she knows is that we at home, you my mama right now. And so I just need you right now. And it's all good.
Yes. You know what? That is like, that's my real life. And I was doing the Corinthians. I had, I want to say, okay, let me go ahead and start like lifestyle blogging more.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to branch off. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to separate my lifestyle from the Book of Corinthian, because this is like who I am. Part of me, like, I'm momming all day. It does not stop. Like, it doesn't stop. So I'm not one of those. I'm not an entrepreneur that like has a separate life from my family. I'm here with them every day. So
there's nothing wrong with
that.
I salute you. I salute you and I commend you because, just trying to make sure I eat and I stay alive is hard enough. I can imagine having to, protect and care for a whole family. So you're doing wonderful. You are.
Thank you. Before my baby decided to call me, I was answering your question. I was just introducing myself and letting anybody know that didn't get to see our last talk. My name's Corinthian. I am the owner of the Book of Corinthian LLC. I'm a mom of 3. I am a best-selling author, certified life coach, intuitive healer, painter, artist, rapper. And I'm also a middle school art teacher.
all that good stuff. I love it. I love it. And so, like I said, the last time the book had just came out, and I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but since then, I've been able to, and just just going through it. If you have not already, it's poetry, prophecy, storytelling, and art. And the way that you put it together to me is really dope, and it's so you. It's dope, and a few of the pieces in there. And can you kind of just tell them a little bit about what it's about and what inspired you to write the book anyway? Like where did that come from?
Okay, so I had like a vision back when I had the vision for the Book of Corinthian. Shortly after, I started like writing down that, like I wanted to like tell my life story. I just wrote that down because I just felt like I wanted to do that. But then it wasn't until like a year later when I was at home visiting my family in Louisiana. I was supposed to only be there for a short time, but I ended up staying for a whole year. I actually ended up just writing. I was going on like a different part of my healing journey, and I started writing just these different pieces. Like the pieces in this book are really real moments that I would just sit down and process some of the lessons that I had got, and I would just write it as a poem. And so then I later came back and put it together and made it into a book.
And I can tell, like we talked. I'm gonna read it again because that part we didn't get to record it. But spiritual awakening. I'm just gonna read y'all a few inserts from the book, a few poems from the book. One of them is spiritual awakening. It really resonated with me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there who grew up in the church, just all the way deep into the church, they can resonate with this. It says, I was deep in the church, Sunday service all day, Bible studies twice a week, yelling in the choir stand, standing at the door, serving on all of the boards, trying to find God on the front seat. Whole time God was inside of me. Can you kind of touch on that and the importance? Hey, Miss Freedom.
Hey.
Hey. She just the Miss America. Okay, Miss America way. Can you kind of touch a little bit about what inspired you to write this poem, and then kind of talk a little bit about the spiritual awakening and what that has been for you?
Okay, so the spiritual awakening has definitely been like ongoing. It's definitely been an ongoing thing. But I remember writing that poem. I just remember the day that I wrote it, and I had just my parents, they were still going to church, every Sunday while I was down there visiting, and I actually was not going with them, and it wasn't because I was just against it, but I just wasn't really feeling it, And once we get to adulthood, like if someone that grew up in the church, we went every Sunday, we went every week because we were more so, we were made to do it. We had to do it. There was never an option. Mm-hmm. But now, when I, as an adult, I just kind of say, I don't really want to just do this out of routine, And at that point, I had got really secure in who I am as a spiritual being, and I just felt like going to that establishment, I was not going to be fed. I was going to leave there and kind of feel as if, I could have had a different experience had I been to myself in my solitude, doing my meditation, speaking, and all that. But I remember it was just like a moment. It was like, man, I can't believe I went on this search. Like, I just cannot believe that I had did all of this only to find out that the answer was right here in me the whole time, And I remember the release I felt when I wrote that. It was kind of like just like, man, I don't know. I can't. That's the best way I can explain it. I literally felt like, man, like, wow, all of these years, all of this time spent, all of this energy, all of this effort, and the whole time, right here.
Yeah, that's why I said it resonated with me. Again, me growing up in the church, and just, as you get older, you start to, at first, you was going to church because that's what you were supposed to do. On Sundays, I would find myself, just going, going with the flow. We call it, Sundays or family days. And, all of my family, we went to the same church. So that would kind of be my way to kind of see everybody, before the week or whatever. But I wasn't being fed. I really wasn't, I experienced a lot and seen a lot of I guess you can say like behind the scenes stuff that go on inside of church. And it kind of, as a kid or as a young adult, it's kind of confusing because again you see these people, they have on this this mask or this facade or this armor, like I said, and afterwards it's like, okay, now we're right back into the world. And it's like, well, okay, I deal with these, you think that's why a lot of people, they come into church and they end up leaving because they have this expectation that church people are supposed to be better. They're supposed to be uplifting. They're supposed to be, but then you start to see like, well, no, a lot of times it's the same thing that's going on in the world. And like you said, that's why when you said the whole time God was inside of me, it's like, wow, we have to realize that we finally come to that, realization, like, yeah, everything that I need, everything that I want is inside of me. I don't have to go searching. It's not a mystery. I don't have to go looking for this. It's right there.
You're so right. You were so right. And when you mentioned, like, the people, like, I saw that, I would see that too. And sometimes like seeing certain people do one thing in the church and outside of it, and like the way some people would speak about, what, it's just, it made me feel confused and conflicted. And sometimes I would wonder, like, as a child, like, is something wrong with me? Like, is something wrong with me? Like, but one big thing I found out on my spiritual awakening is that, like, the things that we were taught were more so wrong. Those were more so just a bunch of rules that someone, made and gave to us and told us that, this is the one way you do things. And if you do it outside of this, it's wrong. But I've come to realize that that's not necessarily true. And I see now more so like my shortcomings or my flaws as, there are opportunities for me to grow and get better. I don't beat myself up like I used to as a kid. Like, I would go to sleep like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did a bad thing today. And I would like really beat myself up so much about that, but you're right. When you said that church, you got that idea that like church people were better. I used to feel that way too, So I used to feel like I had to kind of like, wear a certain mask in that setting to be accepted, I really feel like I could be my true self.
Yeah, and then it's like when you were being your true self, it's like everybody looking at you like, what? Like, why are you, you don't have this fake facade. Like, no, I am who I am. I am, I've even went out sometimes with people from church and then they're like, oh, you still, okay. So I can't really, front and fake with you. Like, no, this is who I am. This is what you get. You get what you get. And so I appreciate you for digging deep inside of yourself and being so transparent. This book was a lot of transparency. We were talking about healing and how beautiful but yet scary and ugly healing can be. This book right here, you can tell that you really dug deep inside and talked about the layers of healing. Can you kind of touch on that and how that is, how that was for you?
I feel like my healing journey is definitely ongoing. I never want to feel like, well, being whole, I feel like is an ongoing journey, should I say that, being whole. And that's what this journey has been about, is like, coming to a place of wholeness. Like, I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm broken anymore, but I feel like, this is an ongoing journey. When I say healing happens in layers, I mean that, there are different phases and it's different stages. One day you may feel as though, one day you may feel as though you got it. You may feel, but then some days that lesson may present itself to you in a different way, or you may be challenged with new information. And so then you realize, okay, this is something that I have to constantly put in work, and, constantly put in work and apply these things that I have learned, apply this new knowledge that I have gained, in different parts of the journey.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. This book is full of, like I said, poems, short stories, and you really, you dug deep down inside of yourself. And we was talking about you being from a small town. Me also being from a small town. You being from Louisiana, me being from Fort Worth, and how reading this again, it made me realize that we have a lot of things in common. You know, people have a lot of things in common that we really don't realize it. And the generational curses and the things that our parents went through, and, you know, our mothers, aunts, and everything, a lot of times we find ourselves in the same, you know, the same patterns, if you will, doing the same things. But people like you and like myself, you know, it's good that we are, you know, trying our best to break these generational curses. And with you having a daughter now, I'm sure that there's a lot of things that, you know, your mother did or didn't do, and you're telling yourself like, you know, I'm gonna do this or I'm not gonna do that. So I think it's beautiful.
For sure. That's what, yes, most definitely. Being pregnant with her, this little one that you hear in the background. This one, being pregnant with her, like, that's another chapter. She's like chapter 4. Like, but being pregnant with her was a real opportunity for me to come like face to face with a lot. It's funny that I wrote those poems, 3 years ago, but I wasn't ready to share those things yet. And some of those poems I feel like I wrote before I was truly healed from those things I talked about.
Mm-hmm.
During my pregnancy with her, I definitely had to face some things, really, really, really face some of those things. And I feel like that it has a lot to do with why I was able to actually get the book out, a year after having her.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You also, outside of the book, you have the Divine as Fuck Fashion. You have the Lighthouse. Can you kind of touch on? It's like a big umbrella of things that you have going on, and I think that that's dope. Can you kind of touch on each one, and especially with the Divine as Fuck? I don't have my earrings on, but I got a few pair of earrings, and you know, you wrote me a nice little hand letter. I appreciate it. But can you tell the people a little bit about, you know, just the different things that you have going on outside of the book?
Okay, Divine as Fuck Fashion, I actually have a pair of my new line. I actually have a pair of my new chakra healing earrings on right now. So with that, I am mainly doing like accessories right now. I have like a couple of caps, a jacket, and I recently just started painting like boots and stuff like that. But pretty soon, some more things are gonna come, like some shirts and stuff like that will be coming in the spring. So that's some stuff that's gonna come with that, and that's something I kind of got into because like coming up, I was always I liked fashion, I liked clothes, I liked accessories. I was really I feel like I was ahead of my time when it would come to that back before, like colorful stuff was really, when I was wearing like a lot of colorful stuff, it wasn't really in style. Like it just was. And then shortly after, like a lot of the stuff that I was wearing, just kind of like people around me started wearing it too. But that's fashion, and actually like, um, accessories and stuff like that. That's something I kind of got away from when I started having kids. But when I had my vision for the Book of Corinthian, I saw myself getting back to that place. So this is something that I am evolving with, is, making myself a priority when it comes to, you know, taking care of myself when it comes to, my appearance, fashion, expressing myself in that way with the clothes and the colors. I'm so big on colors and color therapy and what different colors mean. So every single pair of earrings that I make, they have like healing properties, but they also have like a message. There's a purpose behind each and every one. And it's so, this process is so intricate that whenever whenever a person comes to me and actually chooses that pair, it's like I feel like people are always drawn to the one that speaks to them. And it's like I usually have like a lesson or something that I need to release once I release that pair to that person. And that kind of comes with those handwritten notes I write. So it's not just, me just throwing random paint on something, putting it in a package and just giving it to you. And it's even like timing, even down to the timing of when I do things. Like this line of earrings, I actually did these months ago. However, I was not ready to get them out yet. It just wasn't ready. So yes, Divine as Fuck Fashion is it's a spiritual, like it's a spiritual clothing line basically, and I'm just excited and grateful to see it unfold and where it will go. Corinthian the Lighthouse. Earlier this year, I was going by Corinthian the Light Coach. However, Lighthouse is something that I It's something that I wrote down in my journal back in 2017. And it stands for learning intended to give hope, to heal ourselves and understand soul evolution. And so through that, I am providing resources, teaching, knowledge, information, services that deal with healing at the soul level. Because until you tackle at the root of how it's affecting you spiritually, on the physical side, things will not get better. Like, I feel like pain and things like that, they manifest first in the spiritual sense. So you really do have to get down to the root cause of why things are happening. So that is something that I do with Corinthian the Lighthouse. I have courses. I have products like a metaphysical shop. And then I also have painting prophecies. And painting prophecies is me doing custom art for people. And with those custom paintings, I tap into your energy. I tap into what you are going through, and I'll create you a personalized painting. And it's similar to how I said that with the jewelry. Each piece means something. It's the same for the paintings, except they're just larger.
I think that definitely I like that. It goes with, like I said, the name of the show, MyQuality is For Real. And like I said, I have real talks with quality people. Quality is very it's big, you know, and I want you to, you know, I always we seem like we like you said, we mirror, you know, each other, and we give each other props a lot. And I really, the more I talk to you and the more I hear you speak, it's like, yeah, your quality is definitely for real in the paintings. And, you know, the fact that they are the thought that you put into it, you know, that's what's dope about it. You know, each piece being custom and the thought behind it. And that's awesome. You also have a podcast. Talk a little bit about that, and, you know, let them know where they can find your podcast and what's going on with that.
Yeah. Okay, podcast is Backpacks and Hair Wraps, and Backpacks is for education, Hair Wraps is for individualization. And when you combine those two, there's knowledge of self. And the Book of Corinthian is about, you know, spreading love, but in order to really love, you have to love yourself first. So I am expanding and sharing another part of my journey through the podcast, and I'm just sharing more of like what I do. Like, it's inspiration, it's like meditations and things like that, different stuff. So, and it's also kind of pushing in the direction of my music as well that I'm going to be releasing soon.
Okay, so you got the music. So you said you read. I did see the video that you put out for the promotion of the book. You had a little clip in there. You was in the studio rapping. How is that? Do you record when somebody else is in there? See, I try to. Like, I do poetry as well, and I find myself recording, but I cannot, for some reason, I can't record with other people in the room. Like,
really?
I can't. I get nervous.
First of all, why am I just finding out that you do poetry? I feel like we supposed to be better than that. I feel like I should have already known this. How come I'm just finding out?
See, that's what I said about, you know, that's why I thank you, because you being bold and being so transparent makes me want to, you know, dig in myself and be transparent. Yes, I do a little poetry as well, but I have not came into the, you know, I haven't found that confidence to do it in front of people, if you will. Like, I'm starting to make like little videos where I put like, you know, little pictures and then like have the recording, but as far as like standing up in front of people, I haven't got there yet.
Well, if you are doing this show, you are talking to people, you are putting yourself out there with this show. So what's different? What's the difference in actually, you know, saying your poetry?
You know, in a sense it is, but I think that with the show, and this is probably my first time ever actually, like, you know, saying this out loud, but I think with the show, for me, interviewing people is almost kind of like a crutch, if you will, because I can talk to you and ask you all these questions. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to you because I really like talking to people. So I like to, you know, ask you questions and find out, you know, little things like that. But when it comes to directing all of the energy and the intention on me, it's like, you know, I'm still working on that. I'm still working on that you know, that confidence in that, if you will?
Well, I say everything is a process. So I say, honor your process, but don't sit on your gifts too long. Do not sit on your gifts too long. Go ahead and just start, do one here, one there until you feel, more and more empowered. Once you get through it that first time, you're going to feel better. And each time it's going to, get a bit easier to do it. You'll still have that excitement and those nervous, butterflies, but it's freeing to do it. It's freeing to really do it. And you'll see that once you get in that space and begin to express yourself, you'll find those people that listen, and you'll find that you learn more about yourself. So go ahead and go for it. I'm upset that I'm just knowing that you do poetry, but I'm looking forward to, hearing it and reading it when you are ready to share. I believe everything has a season. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me know when.
I definitely will. I definitely will. And you are right. Everything this season right now that I'm in a season of, just like I said, just digging into myself and, really learning me and unlearning a lot of things as well. As we get older, we have to unlearn a lot of things because a lot of things that we were taught by people who really didn't know a lot themselves, and that's, it like I said, it's a generational thing. It's a generational curses. They only taught us what they knew, and the people before them only taught them what they knew. And so I'm at a point now where, in the last couple of years, I have, left the church and, just finding myself and, where I fit into this world and walking into my purpose. And so that, and meeting people like yourself and, being around people like yourself and, meeting different sisters, it brings out the motivation. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the sisterhood and the importance of that and finding your tribe and, and how we even connected and how we still, we don't talk like it's not an everyday thing, but every time that we talk, I get something from it. I get something from it, even if it's just you giving me a little advice or asking a question or just whatever it is, I take something from it. And I don't take that for granted because like I told you before, the last time I have developed some type of this kind of like wall, if you will, when it comes to just building relationships and reaching out to people. I was scared to even reach out to you. I have been seeing you for months. I have been seeing your picture. I even shared it a few times, and I was like, I wanna interview her, but she ain't gonna want to come on my little show. She's an author. But just even stepping up and overcoming that, that's beauty in that. Can you talk a little bit about the sisterhood and how important that is and how that's been for you?
Yes, you've given me a big lesson in sisterhood as well. Like you gave me that inspiration to know that there are queens, in real life. Like that's why when I post something, or whenever I see your name, MyQuality Queen, I always like to put, she's a queen in real life because there's this internet culture that we have now, and it's like sometimes I feel like there is a false sense of sisterhood out there. Like you see people online like, hey sis this that, but in person, Jarvis Jr., hold on, Mama Mode, Jarvis Jr., give that to her and you go lay down, okay? You are not even supposed to be up, okay? Mama Mode, I'm sorry, but that's
I'm not mad at it.
real life. Once again, this is my everyday life. But and see, when I met you, you were so genuine in real life, and it just gave me that, that inspiration to like, okay, there are real, genuine people out here, more women that are out here. They are genuine, and it doesn't have to be somebody that I've known a long time. It doesn't have to be like, so like I feel like me and you instantly click, and it was just a moment of just like, like this is real, like this is real, and it was kind of shocking to me, like I said, because there are people that, perpetuate the hey sis, and they're like, girl power and all this, but in real life, they're not so nice, like they're not really empowering. They look at you as if, like, what is she doing here? Whatever. So like, and I just feel like that's a bit of the toxic side of sisterhood. But just to like meet you and, to get this bond that we've been forming, it reminds me of the true power in sisterhood, you know, and like we talk and I get something from every conversation that we have. Like it's like I feel like we feed each other in some kind of shape or form or fashion. So, and I also feel like, you know, when you were talking about, you know, feeling like, you know, you didn't want to reach out, I feel like too a part of that comes with that, you know, that internet culture, because sometimes I feel like we can hide freedom. I feel like we can you know, I feel like sometimes we form opinions and or different things with people just because of like the way things may look, you know, in on social media or whatever. And I'm just glad that we got to meet in real life, and that I'm glad I got to meet you, especially before you left for New York, because I got to really feel your energy and really see how genuine you were, and it really just did something for me. It really did. It helped me to you know, trust more as well.
Likewise, because it's like you said, the internet culture, and you know, this people, they have these, you know, these empowerment, you know, just this facade, if you will. That's the only word I can really, you know. And I'm like you in a sense. I can kind of feel the energy, you know, and I'm one of those people where, if the energy is not right, I won't say much, and that may come off as, oh, who she thinks she is, but I don't know. It's really not no in between with me. It's like, if I meet you, we either friends forever or we just don't click. And hey, beautiful.
My baby likes you. She likes you. She can also feel your energy as well, because she doesn't she doesn't take well to everybody, and I know she can see you through here, but even then she could feel just that genuine heart that you have. She could feel your aura. She could see it. So
That's good. Look at her. She's your little twin. Look at her. Hey, Miss Freedom. One day we gonna be interviewing you. You gonna write you a book. You gonna, you know. I can't wait to see what you got in store. Look at her.
all this barbecue sauce on her face. That's what she's been using for, barbecue, while we've been on this interview. Barbecue. That's what you see on her face.
Barbecue.
You gonna do a book too, Mama? You gonna write a book? Yeah, she said yeah.
She is beautiful. And so it's one girl, two boys.
Yes, one girl, two boys, a 5-year-old, 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Oh wow. And she's the baby. She's the 1-year-old.
But she is the boss.
That's normally how it go. The youngest one be running everything, like stop everything and just be running. Oh, that's the other baby.
My oldest, he said, don't forget me. He want to speak too. Say hey, baby.
Hi, how are you, handsome?
My name is Jarvis.
Good to meet you, Jarvis. How's your Sunday going?
Good.
Good. You got your Batman on. I ain't mad at you. It's nice to meet you. Nice to put a face with the name. I've heard about you. I just never seen you before in person. It's good to see
you. Thank
you. And they both look like you. That is cute. Are you getting the candy?
Uh-huh.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
And that I did not buy, by the way.
But this is beautiful. This is one thing that we need to get back to, the family, you know, the art of the family, and just the whole family structure. You know what I'm saying? We've got away from that.
We have, and you know, I feel like we are going back to, I feel like, you know, with the whole pandemic, you know, it forced people to sit with their families, you know, like some people like really just don't spend enough quality time. And you know, I work, so like I do know that I'm like, but every chance I get, you know, I'm with them. So I unplug a lot. I have to, because if I have my phone in my hand, I can't enjoy these moments with them, you know. And I'm gonna look up one day, and they're gonna be old and don't want to do anything with me. So yes, I do. Like I said about my lifestyle, I definitely want to incorporate more of that. Like just not incorporate, but not try to like separate it from the Book of Corinthian, because they're a part of me, you know. Like they have their own chapters of the book, you know, that will unfold as this journey keeps unfolding. But yes, we got to get back to family.
Yeah, that is important. And what you said about, you know, just not separating the two, because you know, you're a walking brand, if you will. You hear people say that. And so your brand is, you know, love, light, family. And so yeah, don't separate it, put it all together. That's why I use, like, when I can edit. Now I don't have to edit it. You know, people who watch this, they real, they know what's going on. And like I said, the best part about the pandemic is we're able to, you know, do these interviews, still have these interviews, still have these interactions, but we're in our house, we're in the comfort of our own home. So I appreciate it. And you say you also a teacher as well. I don't think we talked about that a lot on this one. How has that been with the whole pandemic, and, you know, going from, I know you said that you do physical and you do the Zoom. So how has that been, and how is the kids, and, you know, have you noticed any changes with the kids since y'all, you know, did it Zoom?
Well, yes, like, to me it's different. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, more children should be, you know, I feel like they should be home with if they can be home with their families, and their families can, you know, be right there with them, work from home with them, you know, I feel like honestly that's the best place for them. That's just my personal opinion. If their parents can be there and give them that love and that guidance that they need. But I just feel like the difference that I've seen is, to me now, being in person with them and seeing them with those masks on, it's really hard for me to see kids with masks on their face all day.
Mm.
Like you can't see their face, you can't see their emotions. They can't show their emotions to others. And it's like, you know, like the biggest challenge for me is just like, you know, not letting them be close to each other, not letting them get that interaction. You know, they say, you know, school, they should come back so that they can be around the kids, but it's like if they can't really be around them, it's personally hard for me to watch that.
Mm.
I am glad, you know, that I do get to talk to the ones that are at home. I am glad that I do get to Zoom with them and we get to have those interactions, but it's just not the same. You know, I'm making the best out of it, but it's not the same.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's, you know, and it's crazy. I heard people say they wanted to go back to normal, but it's a new normal. You know, it's not gonna go back to wherever it was before February of 2020. It's not gonna go back to that. You know.
It's not. And I actually talk about that in my one of my podcast episodes about education reform and like my true vision for education. And it's not gonna go back to normal, what as people say, but normal wasn't working, you know. And when I say the same, I'm not necessarily meaning like how it used to be, but I would like for, you know, us to be able to, you know, see each other's faces, you know, and be able
Okay.
to interact with each other, because to me it just feels, you know, it feels somewhat cold when you have to be distant from kids. You know, kids want to walk up to you and give you hugs, and we're not allowed to give hugs now, you know. So it's just like, you know, is this what it's come to? But we're rising up. We're rising up, and I think more people are gonna, like, you know, look to homeschooling their children. I really feel like that's something that's coming out of this. More people are gonna homeschool, and I just feel like we're being challenged to look and see all of the faults and all of the cracks that were in education that were ignored up until COVID. Like before COVID, everybody thought that everything was all good with school, and it's like you found out, okay, it really wasn't. So,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
so I know this is just like that little uncomfortable part of it that kind of has to happen for the rest of the story to unfold. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of parents are seeing now that, you know, just the curriculum and, you know, how the teachers are handling the kids, they're right there now. So they can hear how the teachers talk to their kids, or they can see, you know, what's going on. So yeah, you got to find the best part in everything, whether it's, you know, bad or not. You got to, you know, just take the good with the bad.
Yes, definitely. And I feel like everybody has to do what works for them. You want to color? Okay, let's get you paper.
Yeah, yeah. Your babies, they also doing homeschool as well, or are they like in daycare?
No, my husband, he actually, he works from home, so, that, okay. He just told you he does his work on the computer.
Oh.
And I am looking in the future to be able to homeschool. You know, again, I used to homeschool him actually when he was 2. I homeschooled him at 2, and then he did go to. Yeah, but he does virtual school though on the computer.
Okay. Okay. We have a very, very beautiful family structure, if you will.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where's the other baby? Where's the number 2?
Legend is sleeping. He's taking his nap like the rest of them are supposed to be doing.
He the only one that's cooperating today.
It's funny, honey. You're not taking your nap.
She like, yep, nope, I'm up. I was asleep, but I'm up. That is too funny. That's too funny.
Yeah, Legend. He not gonna miss his sleep. He takes his sleep serious.
Legend like me. I take my sleep serious too. Like I don't play when it comes to sleep. I need to sleep or I'm gonna be cranky. I'm gonna be mad. Y'all not gonna like me. I have to get my sleep.
I can't even see you being mean.
Really? Girl. That's good. That's good. Because I'm one of them people like you really have to you gotta do a lot, you gotta do something just real detrimental to make me just like mad or go off the handle. For the most part, I try to be peace, keep the peace.
Yeah.
Like Erica Badu say, this tea can turn into, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Go for the vibe real quick.
I know the one you're talking about. I know what you talking about.
Yes, it can definitely turn real quick. But that is awesome. I'm looking forward to, just chapter 2 of the book, everything that you have going on, the music. I'm excited for it. If y'all have not got your copy yet, definitely get it. It is something in here, I believe, for everybody. Again, the transparency, just the realness of it and how relatable it is. And anybody from the South, I think you can pretty much be from anywhere, but it really speaks to us from the South. Even how the book opens up, you know what I'm saying? The prologue, like it definitely speaks to us. So I appreciate it. You are appreciated, sister, and continue to, just dig deep inside of yourself and encourage others like myself. I had started painting a few years ago myself. It was really when I met my uncle. But just seeing you and watching your journey makes me want to, just act on it. Like you said, to just start doing it and stop, just doing it in secrecy, if you will. Like, oh yeah, I just do it as a hobby. But no, I'm actually, I want to heal people and I want to share my journey with people as well. And so painting has definitely become therapeutic for me.
Yay!
It definitely has. It has become therapeutic. And so you encouraging people out here. You're doing the work, and with you doing the work, you're helping everybody else. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. I want to get a pair of those earrings you have on. Um, are we able to buy them now, or they haven't been released yet?
On my website, they're on my website. I just haven't been advertising them, but they're on my website though. Yeah, like I know that there's this part of entrepreneurship and everything that we like constantly every day do this, but I feed my vision and I feed my business every day, but I'm not always visible every day.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain seasons when I am, but I also, I live my real life, so I have to find that balance. And sometimes I find that, that like I said, there's a lesson that I have to get through before I can release certain things. But I have put them on there. They are on there. I've updated the site. I've changed my domain and everything. It's now the Book of Corinthian. No more Corinthian Elizabeth. So, but yeah, they're on the shop page though. And different ones, they have a different name. And, I say just go to the one that draws you in.
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your Sunday. We recorded earlier and I messed it up, but you've been a soldier, a trooper, and I think this recording is better than the first one anyway. Like that we actually had a chance to really kind of like say more, it feels like, on this one. So it all worked out. And I appreciate you.
Well, I feel like everything works out the way that it's supposed to. So I thank you for being flexible and accepting us on here. And I say us because my babies have kind of taken over this. But thank you for your patience and thank you for the work that you are doing. Continue to provide, this quality view of the world and other people as well as yourself, because I noticed in your interviews, you are also sharing your journey. And so it's funny because you say, okay, well, you say that about being transparent, but you're being transparent right here, in this space when you're talking to people. And I know that I'm learning and gaining certain things from you, so I know that the other people that you're bringing on your show are gaining and benefit, as well as the people that are watching or listening. So you are definitely changing the world. So continue to do it. Continue to do it, my quality queen, who is a queen in real life. I'm looking forward to having you on the podcast so that we can talk some more about sisterhood and the divine feminine. Thank you so much for what you are doing and for bringing me on again.
You are welcome again, y'all. Get the Book of Corinthian, the first chapter, Beauty in the Bayou. Y'all tune into Backpacks and Head Wraps. Y'all check out Divine as Fuck Fashion, because it really is divine as fuck and it's dope and it's different. And I like dope and I like different. So we're gonna end it. You enjoy your Sunday. Bye, Miss Freedom and Mr. Jarvis Jr. I appreciate y'all too for stopping in and making y'all guest appearances today. Bye. Y'all have a good day. Have a good night and a good week.
You too.
Thank you, ma'am. And I will have this to you later on. Again, this is MyQuality is For Real. It's been another dope episode, having real talks with quality people who have real purpose. And I will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.